Hi, welcome to the Wellness Club. My name is Cass. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for listening. Today we are talking about one of the most important parts of wellness that never gets talked about. I'm not telling you about fitness. I'm not telling you about nutrition or sleep or water or any of those things today. Today we're talking about having fun. Yes, fun. Spoiler, fun is wellness. Having fun is wellness. It's good for you. It's beneficial for you. It's good for your nervous system. When you research how to heal your nervous system, how to regulate your nervous system, how to regulate stress, all these things that all of us deal with at points in our lives, the first things that come up are deep breaths, meditation, yoga, exercise, sleep, diet, reducing caffeine, reducing alcohol, all these things that you have heard before, getting into therapy, right? All these different things. And yes, those things are great for us. That's why we talk about them. But you know what never comes up when you research how to live a better life, how to be healthier, how to live a more wellness-focused life? You know what never comes up? Having fun. And you know what your nervous system loves? It loves laughter. It loves playing, being creative, having fun, spontaneity, adventure. You ever notice why when you're on vacation, none of your problems seem to matter? It's because you're having fun. You ever notice when you're having a good time with your friends, none of your problems seem to matter? It's because you're having fun. You ever notice when you're doing an art project or doing something that's out of your comfort zone that's a little bit different? You're having fun. I have a hot take here, and it's actually a sad reality, but I don't think as a society we're having enough fun in our lives. And if I was a doctor, I would prescribe every single person to find time to have a little bit of fun in their life. Unfortunately, most of us are living the same day on repeat of waking up to the same blaring alarm. You feel tired, you want to snooze, you're dreading going to work, you're dreading that meeting, you already feel behind, you skip breakfast, you commute to work, you're stuck in traffic, you don't like it. Then you sit at a desk, eyes are on a screen, meetings, more things that could have just been an email. Then you eat your lunch at your desk, you eat really fast, you rush through it. Then you have more meetings, more calls, more emails, more computer stuff, feeling tired, midday fatigue, right? Then you go home, you're irritated, you're tired, and you think about the next thing you have to do. You have to make dinner, you have to do laundry, you have to do all these things. And then you blink, and before you know it, it's time to go to bed. And then you repeat it the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, and you're counting down to the weekend. Then the weekend comes, you blink, it's over, you're back to it, and then you're thinking about the weekend again, and you rush, and you can't wait for this vacation you have in 3 months, and then the vacation comes, and nothing is better, right? And maybe I'm being a little bit dramatic here, but the premise still stands that this routine is so common, and this is the same routine that burns us out. It's the same routine that makes us feel tired and fatigued in our lives. It's the same routine that causes you to fight with your spouse or fight with your family or fight with your partner. It's the same routine that makes you not want to hang out with your friends because by Saturday, you're just completely exhausted and depleted. And when you feel this way and you feel that burnout setting in and you feel that fatigue and just this cycle of just being trapped in the same day every single day on repeat, the thing that most people will tell you is you just need to rest. You just need to relax. You just need to chill, or you need to find something and do more that has a purpose attached, or whatever the things are that people tell us to do. And I think most of us are looking for a solution. That's why we learn about wellness and we listen to podcasts, because we're looking for something that's going to help us when we're in this situation. And yes, working out, eating healthy, sleeping, all of those things will help to some degree. But I think one of the biggest pieces that we're missing is we're missing the fun. Now, fun doesn't have to be going to the amusement park and getting on a roller coaster and putting your hands in the air and then getting a turkey leg after. Maybe that is your version of fun. That sounds fun to me. But it's also little things that you can do every single day that are just fun, that light you up, that get you excited. And it doesn't have to be this big, crazy confetti party. It can be little things that you do throughout your day that give you that little boost of fun. If you're struggling to figure out what's fun for you because it's been so long since you've had just a little bit of fun, think about what was fun for you as a child. Kids have fun with literally everything. They have fun with the most random things. And as adults, we lose that, not because things stopped being fun, but because we're told and taught that having fun is childish, that having fun is corny, that having fun is a distraction or whatever. It's not productive. And I think that's so silly and such a dumb thought because fun is wellness and having fun feels so good, right? It cracks me up because at my job, I really try to make it a point to have some fun. I try to find ways to be goofy and be silly and just not take life so serious. And I think that's one of the benefits of working with high schoolers. They have fun. They still haven't hit that adulthood where little things make them laugh, like the 6, 7 or whatever. There's all these like random little things that they find amusement in. And so I feel inspired being around them because I'm like, this is something that adults should be learning from. But you would be amazed at how many adults kind of make like little comments that I'm having fun. And they don't mean it in any kind of way, but they say like, oh, how are you enjoying this? Or why are you always so happy? Or why are you always like, I don't know, laughing and giggling and smiling? I've never seen somebody smile as much as you. How are you smiling in this place, right? And it cracks me up because I'm like, we spend how many hours here at work together, right? Why wouldn't I want to have fun here? Why wouldn't I try to make this place the most fun it can be? And of course, it's work still, right? There's always going to be parts that are not fun, that are going to suck, that are not enjoyable. But if you can find little things throughout your day that make something just goofy and silly and fun, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? And it can be the littlest things, but if you just find a way to be a little bit more childlike, I don't think that that's immature. It's fun. It makes you happy. It makes you goofy. It reminds you life isn't meant to be so serious. Of course, there are serious moments, but I think sometimes we take ourselves too seriously. And I'm sure if you were working in an office where it's all adults and there aren't any teenagers or kids, it's easy to get into this routine of like, we come here, we work, we're serious, we talk in meetings. But those people that have fun throughout their day, they're just magnetic. Like you just want to be around people that joke around, that are happy, that are just joyful, even if they have things going on in their day that aren't so great. You would never know because they choose to have fun. They choose to find the joy in life. I really want this episode to be a reminder to you to find some fun, to not take your life so seriously all the time and find little points throughout the week that you can just have some random fun just because it's fun. And when you hear this, your default might be the last thing I want to do is have my friends over on a weeknight, or the last thing that I want to do is go on the weekend. Like I'm already so busy, right? But finding fun in things you're already doing is going to be the best way for you to do this. So yes, it's fantastic. If you can have a game night with your friends, if you can go out with your friends, get dinner, do whatever, that's really fun too. But I'm even talking smaller scale than that. Find ways to have fun in the mundane things that you're already doing. So for example, every day when I teach dance, I do a warm-up song and I have like a class playlist with my students. I try to play trendy songs. And the other day on Friday, I played I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. And it's like a crazy song. And I was just freestyling with them. I'm doing the craziest moves. Like we're just having fun, doing like the wave with your arms and all these random things. And the kids are laughing at me, making fun of me. And I was just having so much fun. They start joining in. We're just being goofy. And normally our warm up is like very technical and we do these different moves and plies and releves and all these different things. And that day I was just like, no, we need to spice this up, have some fun in here. So I was playing a silly song. And then when I came home, I'm making dinner, I'm playing that song again. It was just getting me moving, having fun, going crazy, right? Not taking yourself so seriously. There's this girl on Instagram, her name is Sierra Campbell, and this is her whole brand. She talks about being whimsical and finding the whimsy in life, like a little fairy. And she puts all these different examples and ideas. Some of the things might not align with you, but a lot of them just remind you like, why can't I just go and do something random just because it's fun? Even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's nonsense, it's fun to just like find random things to do. For example, a couple weeks ago, we went somewhere, I forget where, but it was raining really hard. And normally like when it rains and you have somewhere to be, it ruins your day. You're like, oh, of course it's raining. Now I got to watch how I walk and my shoes and my pants and blah, blah, blah. Like the rain is really going to ruin everything. And instead of worrying about it, being bothered by the rain, I put on my rain boots, even though they didn't really match my outfit. And I'm walking around, and as we're walking, I was just jumping in every single puddle, just because it's fun. I used to do that in college. Me and my one friend, Kim, we went to the beach and it was pouring rain. And instead of running to the car and being sad about the rain and it ruined our beach day, we just danced in the rain and we took pictures and all of our stuff got soaked and we were just running around, spinning around, dancing in the rain. Like that is so fun. And the older we get, the more removed we get from that. But you have to find moments like that. Next time it's pouring rain, instead of ruining your day, embrace it, run in it. The next time you get an intrusive thought like, I should just jump into that river or jump into the puddle or run through the sprinkler like you used to do when you were a kid, just do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Are you going to melt? That's what we say in my family. Like, are you going to melt? Is the water going to kill you? No, you're not a witch. It's not going to melt. You're not going to melt. So why not? Just run through the water, run through the sprinkler. Buy lemonade from the neighborhood lemonade stand. Put in a hair wrap. Make a friendship bracelet like you used to do. Another example from Sierra Campbell that she talks about is taking her kids around her hometown as if they're tourists. So even though they live there, she's like saying basically her kids are new to town because they're new to the world. So instead of just like taking them around like normal, she takes them around like they're tourists and makes a little map and does a whole thing. And even if you don't have kids, you could do this yourself. There are so many places around where I live that I've never been because they're around where I live. And if a tourist came here, they would go to these places and I just don't go. Like for example, yesterday my aunt told me about this farm stand where you can cut your own flowers and you get like a free bouquet and they sell pumpkins and stuff. So spontaneously, I was like, Mom, we should go. So I went with my mom and on the way, I'm seeing all these signs for this museum, that museum. And I'm like, I didn't even know that existed in my town and I've lived here my entire life. When my friend Emily came to visit from Florida over the summer, I took her just to like the places that I normally go to, and taking somebody else there made me realize how blessed I am to live where I live. Like it made me realize, wait, I have this and I have that. And ever since she came, certain things in my routine that I normally just do without thinking about, I've become so grateful for. And I look around and I'm like, this is so fun. Like this is so nice because somebody else came with me and I showed them. Even just when I sit out on my porch, I think about that. Like, this is so fun to just be out here because this is nice. I get to sit out on my front porch in the nature with my plants in a space that I curated. It's fun. It's nice. It's new. It changes your mind around things you're already doing. Another example for grocery shopping, which is one of my most dreaded, least fun habits that I have to do to survive, is when I'm going, if I get any kind of thought to do something, I'm just going to do it. So for example, remember when you were a kid and you would push the cart and you would run and then you would jump on it and it would just keep rolling, kind of like a scooter? I'm doing that even though I'm going to be 25 next week, right? Because that's fun. Like, why not? Just because I'm an adult, why not, right? Another example, if you normally listen to a podcast in the morning, yes, self-help is awesome and learning about things and constantly keeping your brain going is awesome, but maybe play a fun getting ready playlist instead. When you're starting your morning, play something funny, play a comedy podcast or play music that's just funny and weird and goofy. Another example, last night, my boyfriend and I were watching the Kevin Lang show. I love them. If you watch it, you know, they're so funny. And he's never seen it before, so I put it on the TV. And one of the episodes that we watched was about like people with British accents. So then the rest of the night, I'm just talking in a British accent. And that's fun. Like as a kid, you used to do that all the time. You didn't care. I just started talking in a British accent. Like who cares? Literally, who cares? I do that with my students at work. I'll just start talking in weird voices because it's fun for me and they think it's funny and goofy and it gets them engaged. So there you go, Danielson. I'm even a better teacher because of it. But just finding ways to just be goofy and not take yourself so seriously. I could go on and on and on about ideas for this, but the premise is the same. We need to be having fun. We need to be having more fun in our lives. And I'm not talking going out to the club, getting a bunch of drinks, and that's fun. I'm talking about random, weird, whimsical fun. That is fun throughout every single day, throughout your work day, when you're home, in the mundane routine. Find ways to have fun. As a personal trainer, I'm pretty sure it's still on my website. My motto has always been, whatever's fun gets done. If you're having fun with your workouts, they're more likely to get done. If you're having fun at work, you're going to enjoy it more. All of these things compound and you're going to be happier and lighter, especially in a world where self-help and self-development is so popular, which yes, is a good thing on its own, but we have to be intentional about having fun in our lives still, because you could spend every single day thinking about, I could do this better better. I need to do this better. I need to do this better, that better, this better, that better. And over time, yes, you might pick up a couple new habits, but if you're not finding ways to have fun, you're going to feel drained, overwhelmed, unmotivated, constantly chasing the next goalpost. We got to have fun with it. In case you haven't heard this in a while, it's okay to enjoy where you're at. It's okay to enjoy what's going on in your life right now. It's okay to just exist in this place in your life, in this season of your life, and enjoy it for what it is. You don't always have to be goal setting and thinking about the next thing and worrying about the next thing and working on this and doing this. You can be working on yourself, growing, developing, and simultaneously enjoy where you're at. And that's something I wish I could say to some of the people that I work with that always kind of make fun of me for it. Like when I tell you, I have multiple people that bring this up to me almost every single day. Like, how are you so happy and you're here? It's like, how are you not? Like, you got to find ways to have fun. Dance in the hallway, dance on the way to your desk, do whatever you could do to just have a little bit of fun and not take yourself so seriously. And what's cool about this is once you start doing this, other people will start to do it with you. It's contagious. Like, you know, those people that are just happy and joyful no matter what, those people are contagious. They're magnetic. You just want to be around them. And that can be you, but you have to decide like, I'm not going to take this so seriously. I'm just going to enjoy where I'm at. Like, when's the last time you did a cartwheel? Be playful, joke around, have a good time. Of course, you can be serious and focused when you need to be, but you can also do that while being a joyful, positive, joking person. Fun isn't a reward for doing well. Fun is a requirement. And the more fun you're having, the more alive you feel, and you'll feel more motivated to do all those goals and serious things that you want to get done. So this week, I want you to think about ways that you can just have a little bit of more fun in your normal life. You don't have to change your routine. You don't have to add new things in. Find ways to have fun in what you're already doing on the way to work, at your desk, with your family. Just joke around and have fun. Play a prank on somebody, right? Like find little ways to just joke around. Not for progress, not for perfection, not for results, just because there's joy in it. And see how everything will shift once that happens. Thank you so much for listening. As always, follow the Instagram at the Wellness Club XO for recipes, motivation, productivity, updates, all of those things. Give this podcast 5 stars if you like it. It really helps the show out. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.